Look at me when I'm looking at you. Hello, my friends. It is February the 9th, 2022. I just watched a Nintendo Direct that aired today, and I'm here to give you my overall opinions on it. I'm not talking about every single thing that happened in the Direct, just like the highlights, stuff that I have an opinion about, so let's go. So the Direct started off with quite the surprise. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Surprising. I mean, like, it really seemed likely that we were going to get a new Fire Emblem game this year, so a Fire Emblem Warriors sequel is not what I expected. I don't think a lot of people expected that, and it's really funny how similar this is to Age of Calamity, how it's like we kind of initially expected Breath of the Wild 2 that year, but then we got a sequel to Hyrule Warriors instead. It's very similar. It's funny. I do feel really bad for all the Fire Emblem fans though, because it started out looking like it was just going to be the full game, and then it's like, but it's Warrior. I could see some people not being. I tried out Fire Emblem Warriors, the original. I don't know. I like the Hyrule Warriors games. That one I couldn't quite get into, and I'm not as big on Fire Emblem as a whole. This one might be more interesting to me because I'm familiar with the story. I played Three Houses. So I'm not really sure if I'm going to try it out yet. I mean, I don't know what the story is going to be like. I'm looking around, I'm not really finding much information yet. Does it just take place within the story of Three Houses? Because I feel like it can't really quite take place after. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I really don't know quite what this game is. But that's what they wanted to do with Fire Emblem this year, and okay, sure, why not? A traditional Fire Emblem game will come, I don't know, anytime now, I'm sure. We might have to wait until next year because of this, I'm not really sure. I will say it's kind of funny that I think it was in one of my predictions videos. I don't know, I never outright predicted that we would get a Three Houses follow-up, but I predicted that there would be a rumor we were gonna get a Three Houses follow-up, and it's funny that we kind of did. Like, everyone was expecting like a full sequel or a full new game in the series or whatever, but like, this is kind of, I don't know if it's a sequel, but it is sort of a follow-up to Three Houses using the same characters. I don't know, it's just kind of funny. Came up with the vague idea of that happening, sort of. Anyway, moving on. Advance Wars Reboot Camp, looking good, looking fine. I think the one thing I have to say is that I'm really happy to see that they have the level editor. That's really going to increase, just replay value by a ton. I can't remember. Can you share them online? It'll be really silly if you can't share them online. But yeah, that's just a very big amount of value to the game, and I'm happy to see that. No Man's Sky, surprising a little bit. It's a very big, very ambitious game. I do want to play it. I'm probably just going to play it on Game Pass. I'm not really interested in the Switch version. But yeah, No Man's Sky on Switch, it's another one of those ones that's like, okay. All right, I'm sure. I mean, why not? I guess as long as it runs okay. A new Mario Strikers. I don't know. Nintendo seems to have this thing with like their Mario sports game. They've kind of ironed out a lot of the personality. They want it to be pretty generic Mario, and I think that's why a lot of people didn't expect there would be another Mario Strikers, because it's just it's just got a lot of personality, kind of edgy, it's kind of more violent. And it just seemed like one of those games that would forever be like, gee, I sure wish we could get another Mario Strikers. We're getting one. We're just straight up getting one. It looks like the old ones, and that's cool. And I guess that's one of the things the thing that Next Level Games was working on. There was a little thing in Luigi's Mansion 3, like a little Easter egg for Mario Strikers, and it's funny because I assumed that was just a throwback, callback, whatever. But there's a really fine chance that they were working on it at that time, or at least in the planning stages, So Mario Strikers is going to be a new one. I never played the original, but I know there are a lot of people that are over the moon about this, and that is very, very cool. Anytime you get a direct with just one of those things, even if it's a relatively small audience, but they're losing their minds, I love it. You love to see it. So then they went into Splatoon 3, and they specifically focused on Salmon Run. And the stuff they showed off, it was cool. Like, being able to throw eggs, gosh, that just changes the game. You could pass between teammates. That is going to dramatically change how, I don't know, just the feel of the play, but I love it. It's a change that immediately clicks. It's just like, yes, this is good. It's gonna make matches more dynamic, more interesting, more, you know, you're trying to get to the thing to put the eggs in the basket at the last second, but then you throw it. I mean, that's just gonna be fun. And the new enemies, cool. I think nothing really mind-blowing here. My main thing that I'm happy about is that they were specifically showing off Salmon Run. That's the only Splatoon 3 thing that we saw here, and that kind of gives me, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's sort of giving me hope that there's a good amount of new stuff in Salmon Run, because, like, that's my favorite thing. It's my favorite part of Splatoon, is the Salmon Run. I really love it. I want to see a bigger thing, you know, some sort of ranking system. I want there to be more to it, and I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but it does give me some hope that it's like, I don't know, they felt that in this direct, they wanted to just talk about Salmon Run because it's important. You know what I mean? Chrono Cross remake, remaster, yeah. Chrono Cross remaster, like, wow, I want to say this one was rumored, but that's great. Chrono Cross is one of those games that's always been really, really hard to find, you know. I mean, everyone talks about Chrono Trigger all day, but like Chrono Cross, no one's ever played Chrono Cross. So that's cool. You know, they've up-res stuff, and they seem to have done, like, it might be like an AI upscaling, where like the backgrounds, they either did an AI upscaling or they like painted over them, because it seems to be the originals, but like with that kind of smoothing thing where it turns the pixels and kind of just makes it look like brush strokes. I don't really know. I'm kind of torn on it. It looks pretty cool, though. It's cool. Chrono Cross. Come to Switch. It's a thing. They're doing it. Awesome. Also, really cool. Totally not necessary at all, but they decided to do it anyway because they're cool, including the... I've never even heard of this. The Radical Dreamers game. It's a text adventure that was on the Satellaview. Didn't know that was a thing, but apparently there's important story stuff in there, and they're including it, and that's also just really cool. I love it whenever they go above and beyond, you know? We had a new Kirby trailer, turns into a car. Eats a car, turns into a car. Gross. It's gross. He eats a vending machine in a car, and he's all stretched out over it. It's gross, but I like it. The game, it's another trailer for Kirby. The game looks as great as ever. Every trailer makes it look even better than ever, and these new abilities, it is really funny how similar it is to Super Mario Odyssey. It really, like, I mean, you know, Kirby already has the copy abilities. He already kind of has the capture mechanic built into him. But I don't know, just like how Mario had the trailer and then a new trailer that revealed the capture mechanic. And this one is like, it's sort of the same, how he's like capturing these individual items and using them in that area. I don't know. This is gross. It's fun though. It's fun though. I want to play a game. It was also nice to see more looks at bosses. And we only got a couple little tastes of the bosses in the last trailer, so we get to see the weird, like, armadillo guy, and I don't know, I like bosses. So Klonoa, there's another one that I know a lot of people are, you know, not a lot of people, but a pretty good number of people have been hoping for something Klonoa. And Klonoa remakes of 1 and 2, cool. I never played Klonoa, but what a cool thing. What a cool, happy thing for those people. Portal coming to Switch. I'm pretty surprised it didn't come before now. I don't know, it just seemed kind of obvious. They had Portal Bridge Constructor, but there you go, Portal 1 and 2. Super great games. Haven't played all the way through 2, even though I know I love it. Just one of those things, yeah, I haven't gotten around to it yet, but there you go. Ask Kane if he likes Portal 2. Just go on Twitter, ask him. Hey Kane, what do you think about Portal 2? Or just go watch his video. He's got a good video he made about Portal 2. He really likes Portal 2. Live a live. Live a live live. Live a live. Live! Live. Sorry, hold on. Where are we? Made myself laugh with my dumb jokes. This game I've never heard of. Apparently it was only in Japan, and it looks awesome. It looks really good. I'm just so happy that they're using the HD 2D thing to make more remakes in that style, because that's just the smartest thing to do. It's just smart. I don't know, I just love it. It looks really good. The sprite work is cool. The backgrounds are cool. The mix of the 2D and the sprite work and the 3D, I think it looks really great. I might even try this one out. I don't know anything about it, but it just looks cool. It's a cool look. Nintendo Switch Sports. It felt like I'm so conflicted on this, because on the one hand, it seems obvious. You know, you have the Joy-Cons, they're like Wii remotes. Yeah, why would you not do a Wii Sports follow-up in some way? But then it's like, well, maybe that's what Ring Fit kind of was, you know? I don't know. It seemed like they were distancing themselves from previous Wii brands. You know, we didn't get a regular Wii Fit. And then, like, if you're gonna do a sports, why did it take so long? I mean, it's just one of those things where it's funny. The longer they go, the more you think, maybe they won't, but then they do it, and you go, yeah, it was obvious that they were gonna do it sometime, in retrospect. I don't know, but we get it. I mean, it looks like Wii Sports. It's clearly the same IP, the same brand or whatever, but without the Wii part. And there's no Miis. That's weird, because we have games with Miis. We use our Miis still. And you would think that they, I mean, like, I'm looking at these little characters, and it's definitely a more pleasant visual style when you're, like, looking at the box. You know, Miis aren't much to look at unless you're, like, identifying the people in them, or you're looking at yourself or whatever. These look more pleasant, more, I don't know, rounded or whatever, but it's just a little weird. They still use Miis. I played as my Mii in Mario Golf, so why would they not want Miis here? Interesting. So yeah, there you go. Not much to say. New Switch, Nintendo Switch Sports. Now just sports. Nintendo Sports is the thing. It's not Wii Sports anymore. And in case you didn't see my reaction video, I made a joke that made me laugh. I said it's like it's the soccer. It mixes Rocket League with soccer. And it's funny, and I laughed, so there, I told it to you. Moving on, Metroid. This is cool. I was kind of hoping for like a bigger Metroid DLC thing. I didn't really expect it. Kind of hoping for it. It's kind of neat. They're adding 2 new difficulty modes. Rookie mode, which is just an even easier mode. That's cool. Yeah, great. And then Dread mode. Little disappointed about this one. I like harder modes in games, and especially if I really love a game, sometimes I will just like go for the harder and harder modes. But I lose interest when it's like one-hit kills or like insta game overs. It just, I mean, like, it doesn't reset your whole game or anything. But I don't know. I need a little wiggle room. I need some room for error. So that's where I'm like, I would have really liked an even harder difficulty that wasn't quite this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. It's cool that it's a thing though. And apparently later we're getting an update that brings boss rush mode. Cool. Just cool, just an extra thing. Awesome, the bosses are super duper fun, so yeah. That'll also really help practicing on the bosses if you want to play Dread mode. Like really, honestly, like the bosses are the hardest part, so yeah, this will let you actually play it again and again, and it's cool. Do not let it be said that I am not happy about Earthbound, you know, Mother 1 and 2, Earthbound Beginnings, yada yada, whatever. Don't let it be said that I'm not happy it's coming to Switch. It's awesome that it's coming to Switch. It's some of the last games that needed to be added to NES and Super NES. Awesome. It is disappointing how they hyped it up, though. The way, I mean, Shigesato Itoi was tweeting about it, and the way it so slowly comes onto the screen, it kept feeling like it was gonna end Mother 3, or like it was gonna turn into a remake or like be a collection or something. It really seemed like it was hyping something up, but it really is just the 2 games coming to NSO, which is cool. It's definitely cool. But these are games that, you know, they're available on the Wii U. They're not, I mean, it's good. It's good. It's just, I think the Earthbound, the Mother fans, they've really been waiting for that bombshell, whether it's the localization of Mother 3 or some kind of remake, some kind of collection. That's what they've been waiting for, and I want them to have it. I want them to have it so much. So this is cool, but they're still just kind of waiting for more, which they might never get, apparently. Well, just remake it. Just remake the game. You could have remade both games. Just do it. Who cares? Just do it. Whatever. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass. I think I gotta do a whole video on this one. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna do it. The one thing I'll say about, I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, we're getting 48 new courses. That's amazing. The one thing I'll say here is disappointing, but not unexpected to see more DLC going to the NSO expansion pack. I just don't want that. I don't want that. It's like every time you add something like that to it, it's like if people want to play the DLC, they'll buy the DLC. This is not adding value. This is not how you add value. This is one of the worst ways to think that you're adding value to the service. Games, yes. DLC, not really. Not really. And then we ended with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and again, like, everybody needs to know, I'm so happy for Xenoblade fans. I'm not one of them. I'm very happy for them, but I'm jealous and a little angry. In a good way. It's good, like, it's still good, okay? I'm just jealous that they get everything they want on the Switch, just the Switch. They get a remaster/remake of the first game with added content that was cut before, and they got Xenoblade 2, and they got a DLC for Xenoblade 2 that's so big it's basically its own game. And now we're getting Xenoblade 3, and it's just like, you guys get everything. The games don't sell that well. They sell, they're modest. They're modest sellers, and it's hard when you personally have a lot of different series that are modest sellers, and so Nintendo's like, we'll do one in 15 years. Why do you guys get constant games? Why do you get to play every... I gotta stop. I just want Pikmin 4, okay? I'm just mad. Every time we get a Xenoblade game that sells 1.5 million units and we get a sequel, it makes me mad, because I don't want that kind of treatment. I don't want 4 different Pikmin games on the Switch, so I'm jealous. No, but I'm happy for you. It looks cool. I have nothing to say about it because I don't know anything about Xenoblade, but it looks epic and cool, and the environments are really, really awesome. As always, it looks epic and cool and great, and I'm happy for it. It's coming this year! With September? It's coming this year. Awesome! Another big, notable Switch title to look forward to in 2022, as though the schedule wasn't already packed enough. As though it wasn't already just jam-packed. Amazing. Well, there you have it. Overall, it was good. It didn't have, like, a bunch of big stuff for me, but, like, it's really, and you know, Xenoblade 3, that's a big enough one. Sure, yeah, that's a big enough one. I'd put that somewhere in the same boat as some of the ones last year. It's a good one. They have a trend now, even, like, separately from, like, the big main, like, first-party stuff. This one continues the trend of just, like, lots of little stuff. Lots of, like, I don't know, just stuff to please so many different crowds. I mean, you know, Earthbound fans got something. We got something for Mario Kart. Xenoblade fans get a thing. And, like, we keep getting these really big, like, these things that aren't massive, but they're still really, really important to some people. Klonoa remakes, like, that's a big thing. Chrono Cross remaster. Mario Strikers, like, we keep getting these... I don't know, it's just cool, you know? You come away and it's always just a good mix of everything with a couple things sprinkled in that are bombshells for some people, and, like, that's great. I don't know. I think they're doing a great job. I think it was another really good Direct. You know, not quite as mind-blowing as some of the other ones, but still just solid, entertaining, fast-paced, lots of stuff for lots of different crowds. It's cool. What do you think about it? Let me know down in the comments, and I'm gonna go probably work on the Mario Kart. Yeah, I gotta talk about the Mario Kart. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye. Whoa.